So Rahul Gandhi disqualified as the Lok Sabha MP. Rahul Gandhi नाम तो सुना ही होगा. It's the most intelligent person or the most highly qualified person in the Indian politics. It's not like a joke. He is the 3 degree holders from the foreign university. So he is the most intelligent person, I can say, one of the intelligent person in the Indian political जो drama भी चल रहा है in that case also. But he has been disqualified because of in a political rally he said that कि जो सब लोग चोर होते हैं, why they having a same surname like a Modi. So that's why MLA from the Gujarat filed a case in the local court in the Gujarat regarding the defamation of a particular category or the particular caste of the person. So the local Adalat led by the H.H. Verma justice gave a sentence of the 2 years. So there is a clause in the RPA Act of the 1951. If any MP and MLA given a sentence of the 2 years or the more than the 2 years, so his or her membership can be instantly disqualified. तो यही एक रीजन था कि उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई कर दिया गया. अगर सेंटेंस 1 year 364 days का भी होता तो उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई नहीं किया जा सकता था. So it's look like it's a process that has been designed for the Rahul Gandhi specifically. Even some of the other cases also where the cases are pending for the longer time, but the instant decision in the case of the Rahul Gandhi, it's look like a something drama there. So instead of the disqualification, there are the various clause also in the RPA 1951. Like if anybody can tell if there is a corrupt practices mentioned in the RPA 1951. Corrupt practices के बारे में RPA 1951 में है या नहीं है? है sir. Okay. So there is a corrupt practices like a different type of the corrupt practices are given there. There are 4 or 5 types are given there. So we will also look into those type of the practices. So let's start with the RPA 1951. So Representation of People Act, it's a mainly clauses includes in the Representation of People Act. Please try to write the keywords here. So it's regulate the actual conduct of elections and the by-elections. So there is a little difference between the 1950 and the 1951. 1950 specially related है कि election का process को maintain करने में, like a preparation of the electoral rolls, किसका नाम voting list में है या नहीं है, कौन returning officer होगा, कौन क्या होगा. 1951 का रोल है कौन इलेक्शन फाइट कर सकता है, क्या क्वालिफिकेशन होने चाहिए, राइट टू वोट किसके है, डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन किस केस में हो सकता है, वीवीपैट क्या है. So that's what comes under the 1951. So it deals with the registration of the political party as well, qualification and the disqualification for the members, and the curb the corrupt practices and the procedure for settling doubts and disputes arising in out of the any elections. So कोई भी election में if there is any dispute that will be solved through the RPA Act of the 1951. So these are the main common provisions are given in the 1951. So we read these all in the details regarding the some of the common provision there. So the number of 1 provision, the qualification for contesting election in India. The Indian Constitution, according to the RPA 1951, say those person who having the age of 25 years can fight the Lok Sabha election as well as the Legislative Assembly election. But in the case of the Gram Panchayat, the person who is having the age of 21 years can fight the election in that case. So this is the qualification is mentioned in the contesting of the election in the RPA Act of 1951. Then right to vote. Anybody can tell the article under which right to vote come? Article 363. It comes under the Article 363, right to vote. According to the RPA People Act of 1951, anybody who are enrolled in the voter list of the Election Commission of India, he or she can vote for the any election. And he or she can vote at one time at one place only. Cannot vote for the multiple constituency at a single time. Then the nota option, People Union of the Civil Liberty case in the Union of India case in 2013, the nota option was introduced. First time in 2013, the none of the above option. You have to choose कि आपको इनमें से कोई भी candidate अगर पसंद नहीं है, तो you can choose the NOTA option there. That was introduced in the 2013. Like the previous trend in the paper, they're now asking about the some of the specific cases कि कब क्या introduce किया गया. So the nota was introduced in the Union for Civil Liberty versus Union of India case. Similarly, in the same case, the VVPAT is also introduced into the 2013 elections. 2013, the preparation was going for the 14 elections. So the first time it was introduced in the 2013 by-election, the VVPAT. It's for the counting of the like a verification receipt that is going through the like जो हमारी machines के through verification होता है, we can count the paper also कि both are the same or not. Then the provision related to the political party. There are some specific provisions given under the Act. they are deciding it is a state party or it is a national party. But there is some specific condition is given. ECI cannot deregister any party. If any party registered with the ECI, ECI cannot deregister any party, but he can change the status from the state party to the national party and national party to the state party. Take an example, the Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party is now granted as a status of the national party by the ECI. Similarly, in the case of the Bahujan Samaj Party, that's the party of the Uttar Pradesh, ECI has given a notice, if you are not getting a proper voting share in 2024, then they will degrade the status to state party from the national party. So here you need to know about the what are the specific conditions when a party is recognized as a state party and when a party is recognized as a national party. वो एक different topics है political party के according that you have to look into it. Then the voluntary contribution. What are the can be the voluntary contributions? Means the donations to the political party. Now the bonds are introduced for the donation in the political party, known as the electoral bonds, introduced by the late Arun Jaitley. But there is a conditions given under the act. If anybody person want to donate the money to the political party, he or she can donate through the political bonds, electoral bonds के through pay कर सकता है. But if the value is above the 2000 रुपी, तो उसको नोटिस देना होगा. इन कैश फॉर्म में उसको पेमेंट नहीं कर सकता है. मींस बिफोर लाइक 2000 से कम वैल्यू पे he or she can give the cash payment, but 2000 से ज्यादा की वैल्यू पे इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड के थ्रू ही आपको पेमेंट करना होगा to the political party. But there is a recent amendment. Now the foreign company are also allowed to donate to the political party under the FCRA Act of the 2010. Now the जो फॉरेन कंपनी रजिस्टर्ड है या फिर जो फॉरेन कंपनी है या फिर फॉरेन जो लाइक OCI ओवरसीज सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया है या फिर NRI है, they can also donate to the political party under the FCRA Act of 2010. So this is mentioned under the voluntary contribution for the political party. Then declaration of the assets and the liability. There are the two conditions for the declaration of the assets and the liability. One condition, when particular person filing the nomination for the MP and MLA, at that time they will declare the liability as well as the assets during filing the nomination. But after selection, it's compulsory in the 90 days he or she will give a notice to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha or the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha regarding the assets and the liability. So it is in the two cases, one during the nomination and the second after the selection. MP बनने के बाद 90 दिन के अंदर अंदर में स्पीकर या चेयरमैन को देना होगा कि दिस इज द एसेट्स एंड द लायबिलिटी आई हैव. सो राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन. राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन सबको पता है. इफ यू वांट टू नो द इंफॉर्मेशन रिगार्डिंग द सिलेक्शन ऑफ एनी कैंडिडेट, वोट शेयर क्या है पहले के इलेक्शंस में, वोटर लिस्ट में कौन कौन इंक्लूड है, कौन कौन एक्सक्लूड है, दैट कैन बी गेट थ्रू द राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन एक्ट ऑफ 2005 दैट इज आल्सो इंक्लूडेड अंडर द रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपल एक्ट 1951. देन द वोटिंग थ्रू द पोस्टल बैलेट. There was a statements. Election Commission of India can decide anyone can pay vote through the postal ballots. Means at any time, if the ECI with the government think this community or this person or the anybody require the postal ballot, they can make change in it. तो किसी को भी allow किया जा सकता है for the postal ballot at any time by the Election Commission of India. Section 126 of RPA 1951. Anybody can tell about it? बहुत न्यूज में रहा है from the last 3-4 years. Model Code of Conduct सबने सुना है? So under the section 126 of the RPA 1951, it is mentioned that on voting day से 48 घंटे पहले आप कोई भी पब्लिश नहीं कर सकते हो on the radio, on the television, or no any broadcasting methods except the print media. Except the print media, you cannot publish any information regarding to any political party before the 48 hours of the election. This is mentioned under the section 126 of the RPA Act of 1951. So this is comes under the Model Code of Conduct as well. Yes. In section 126 of RPA, anybody cannot publish any information regarding the campaigning or regarding the political party in any broadcasting channel like a national media में नहीं कर सकते हो before the 48 hours of election. Take an example. On 2nd April there is an election in India. On the 31st of March you cannot play any video regarding it, the campaigning of the BJP or the Congress or the Aam Aadmi Party on the television. But in the case of the print media, it is allowed. Only in the digital media it is not allowed. Then the ceiling on the expenditure. Election Commission of India fix a limit for the expenditure. For the Lok Sabha seat, it is a 70 lakh. For the Lok Sabha election, for a single seat, the 70 lakh is fixed by the Election Commission of India. A candidate can spend the 70 lakh of rupees for the election. For the Legislative Assembly, for the state election, an MLA can spend the 27 lakh for a single seat. तो 27 लाख रुपए एक MLA खर्च कर सकता है for an election, and the 70 lakh can be spent by the MP for an its seats. तो इतना limit है, but it is the multiple time the candidate are spending for the election in the Indian election time. So there is a why there is a talk about the one nation one election, because of the spending also. Spending is also one of the reason, because the Indian election are very highly cost election in the world. So उस case में the government is thinking about the one nation one election. Then the counting of the votes with specifically mentions there will be a one person present during the counting from the representatives. Representative की तरफ से कोई भी एक person present होगा during the counting, so there will be no any issue regarding the counting to the particular representative. जो representative वहाँ present होगा तो जो electors है उनके लिए भी issue नहीं होगा, जिनको elect करना है उनके लिए भी issue नहीं होगा. Then the corrupt practices we will see in the details. There are the 4-5 examples are for the corrupt practices. In the some of the cases, even if the like a candidate providing the car for the traveling to the electors, कि आपको घर से ले जाने के लिए वोट से वोटिंग सेंटर तक कार भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं, that is also comes under the corrupt practices. So there are the 4-5 corrupt practices defined under the RP Act of 1951. Then the promoting enmity. It means there cannot be on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex and date of birth के basis पे आप किसी को discriminate नहीं कर सकते, किसी के religion के बारे में कुछ बोल नहीं सकते during the election campaign, किसी particular genders पे आप comment नहीं कर सकते during the election campaign. So that comes under the promoting the enmity. Then the disqualification of the MP and the MLA. The case of the Rahul Gandhi, that is the disqualified under this act. So we will see this in detail, this in details. So the सबसे पहले section 126 of the RP 1951 जिस पे बहुत ज्यादा issues होते हैं, like opinion poll before 48 hours. So वो भी अभी according to the model code of conduct is not allowed before the 48 hours, and after the election you cannot give the like जब तक voting खत्म नहीं हो जाता तो आप opinion polls नहीं दे सकते at that time. So the 48 hours before the polling ends or conclude, displaying of any election matter by television or the similar apparatus is prohibited under the Section 126 of the RPA Act. It's not applicable to the print media, news portals and the social media. Section 126A prohibit the conduct of the poll and the dissemination of its result during the period mentioned. Means जो 48 hours का period है उसमें आप कोई भी details regarding the political party campaign नहीं कर सकते through the methods. So in the case of the corrupt practices, there are the 4 practices mentioned under the RP Act of 1951. Number 1, all the government and the non-government officials are included within the scope of the corrupt practices. तो कोई भी included है, either the government personality or those who are fighting the election, so anyone are included under the corrupt practices. Bribery. Any gift offer promise during the voting, like in some of the states they are offering the like a 2-wheelers. If their family is having the 5-6 votes, they are giving the 2-wheelers. They are giving the 10,000 rupee per vote. So those are included under the bribery category. Those case में if there anybody found during the bribery category, that comes under the corrupt practices during the election. Undue influence, any direct or indirect interference, attempt to interfere on the part of the candidate. कोई भी influence particular category को लेके, particular religions को लेके, that also can comes under the undue influence. कि आप किसी particular एक like a Muslim, Hindu Muslim community होता है हर बार elections में, जो polarizations होता है during the elections, that comes under the undue influence. You are influencing any community particularly in that case. Then the publications by a candidate, any statement of fact which is false in relation to the personal character, conduct of any candidate. Like we can relate it with the some of the examples in our political, like Rahul Gandhi का case ही ले लेते हैं. तो particular एक candidates we can say during that election, the गुजरात में elections था, तो मोदी community गुजरात में ज्यादा है, तो in that case की मोदी community ही चोर है. तो पूरी community को एक present करना during the your speech, it also comes under this act. किस केस में आप किसी particular community को नहीं बोल सकते हो, किसी के बारे में false information नहीं दे सकते हो. That is one of the reason also. then the hiring or procuring of any vehicle by a candidate of an elector to or from the polling station. This is also a trend in the villages during the panchayat election. They are taking you from the home to the voting center and then they are coming back with you. तो ये भी allowed नहीं है in the RP Act of 1951. This is also comes under the corrupt practices. लेकिन ये यहीं पे लिखी हुई है, होता सब कुछ है. These all four practices are in the Indian elections, but कोई भी नहीं होता. But in the particular case, if they want the person should be disqualified, they can do anything there. Then the disqualification of the MPs and MLA, the specific case of the Rahul Gandhi. In the case of the Rahul Gandhi, he has been disqualified for the now the jail term of the 2 years. If the जो सजा हुई है उनको 2 साल से कम होती तो वो कैटेगरी में नहीं है ना डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन में. तो एक स्पेसिफिक कैटेगरी डिजाइन की गई है, वो पहले से ही अभी नहीं की गई है कि मिनिमम 2 साल की सजा होना बहुत जरूरी है इफ एनी कैंडिडेट शुड बी डिस्क्वालिफाइड फ्रॉम द MP सीट्स और द MLA सीट्स. So in the case of the Rahul Gandhi, the particular like a 2 years imprisonment decided for the Rahul Gandhi. So from the next day he has been disqualified from the parliament. So this is the case. So the section 8 clause 3 act state that if an MP or MLA is convicted for any other crime, is sent to jail for the 2 years, she will be disqualified for 6 years from the time of release. Means after the completion of the 2 years, on the day of the release, there is extended 6 years. He cannot fight the election. Means overall 8 years. Take an example. If he is disqualified on the 1st April 2023, then 1st April 2022, 2025, he will be released from the jail, but he cannot fight the election till 1st April 2031. Next 6 years also. So means total 8 years he cannot fight the election if the process is completed done by the high courts. In the case of the Rahul Gandhi can approach to the high courts and the Supreme Court regarding the judgment of the lower courts. In that case, if the high courts state the judgment कि ऐसा नहीं होगा और सजा को कम कर देता है, 2 साल से 1 साल भी कर देता, तो उस केस में डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं होगा MPs and MLA का. Either in the case वो completely खत्म भी कर सकते हैं सजा को, maybe they can decrease the sentence up to the 1 year, 1.5 years, or the 1 year 8 months also. So in that case, the disqualification not be there. तो उस केस में disqualification नहीं होगा in the case of the any MPs or MLA. So there is 2 cases given according to the RP Act of the 1951, according to the Representation of People Act of the 1951. Number 1, if the offense for which he is convicted is listed in the section 8 clause 1, this includes promoting enmity between 2 groups, bribery, and undue influence or personation of election, defamation does not fall under this list. Second case में MP can be disqualified if he convicted to not less than the 2 years of the imprisonment. अगर 2 साल से कम होगा तो उस केस में imprisonment disqualify नहीं होगा, but in the another case it's given that. In the section 8.4, the 3 months का जो gap था, that's it. Like in the final judgment of the Supreme Court, that's not given by the. Now there is no gap in between the disqualification and the time of the sentence. So at the time of the sentence or the next day, the MP and the MLA can be disqualified there. So this is the Supreme Court judgment. The condition prior to 2013 and the condition now. The prior 2013, there is a period of 3 months. 3 months until not finally decided by the Supreme Court. जब तक केस पे फाइनल डिसीजन नहीं होगा सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, तब तक वो डिस्क्वालीफाई नहीं होते थे. बट अभी instantly he or she can be disqualified from the position there. So this is the question. You people can easily answer the question. Try to give the answer. Consider the following statements. If an MP or MLA is convicted for any other crimes and is sent to jail for 2 years or more, she will be disqualified for the 6 years. Any class of person can be notified by the ECI in consultation with the concerned governments, which can their vote by the postal ballot. Both the statements are correct here. Answer is C here. These are the 2 statements you need to tell either the statement is true or the false. The first statement, if a person is confined in a prison, whether under a sentence of imprisonment or transportation, then he is not eligible for the voting. In the case of preventive custody, he can vote. थोड़ा सा सोचना, relate करना. then tell me this statement is true or false. Second is true. So in the examination, there will be no simple questions. If you think they will ask about the Rahul Gandhi disqualification, they will not ask. They will give you some more specific statement regarding the RP 9051 or the RP 9050. So it's like whenever you're preparing for the any topic, try to conclude a topic in a 1 page or a 2 page, ताकि आपके पास वो common source हो जाए पूरा completion का. Yes, first is also true. In the case of the conviction, अगर convict हो जाता है कोई भी person, तो in that case he or she cannot vote, but before conviction he or she can vote. In the case of the preventive detention, there is also the some of the condition also. The person should be present to the judiciary within the 48 hours. तो उस केस में उसका राइट टू वोट नहीं जाता है. आपको पार्टिकुलर टाइम दे दिया कि 48 घंटे में आपको जुडिशरी के पास जाना है, सो दैट द जो कन्विक्शन है, जो कन्विक्ट किया जा सके या उसको बरी किया जा सके. तो वो केसेस पार्टिकुलर डेट्स बनाए गए हैं. इट्स नॉट लाइक ए पर्सन इज पार्टिकुलर डिटेंशन बाय द पुलिस. So in that case, they cannot detain for the like 1 year, 2 years. He should be present before the judiciary within the 48 hours. So that can be decided. हाँ, वो उस टाइम पे ही डिसाइड हो जाएगा. अगर वो वहां पे कन्विक्ट कर देंगे तो सब चला जाएगा, अगर नहीं करेंगे that can be released there. Instead of the 20,000, it should be the 2,000 there. The statement is false. After getting elected, MP are required to file a declaration of assets, liability with the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Chairman of Rajya Sabha within 19 days of taking their seats in the Parliament. ठीक है, there are the two conditions. One is this condition. Second, during the file of nomination. During nomination, they also declare their assets and the liability to the election commission. जो returning officers वहां पे हैं, उनको डिक्लेयर करेंगे एट द टाइम.